Ladies and gentlemen, discovering the why of your life. Life without purpose is like a ship without a compass. It drifts aimlessly, hoping to find shore, but never quite reaching its destination. So many people chase after success, wealth, and recognition, yet they remain empty inside. Why? Because success is not the same as purpose. True fulfillment is not found in what we acquire, but in what we were created to do. God, in His infinite wisdom, did not create anything without purpose. Every tree, every animal, every element of nature has a function. If creation has purpose, how much more you, who are made in the image of the Creator. God's plan was designed before you were born. Before you entered this world, God had already written your assignment. Your purpose is not something you create. It is something you discover. Your gifts, your passions, your abilities, these are not random. They are divine indicators guiding you toward the assignment for which you were born. Many people waste years trying to fit into roles they were never meant to play. They measure success by worldly standards, forgetting that true success is fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. A fish is not successful on land no matter how hard it tries. A bird is not successful in the ocean even if it swims well. Success is not about effort alone. It is about alignment with purpose. The danger of ignorance. One of the greatest tragedies in life is not death, but a life lived without knowing why it existed. When we do not understand purpose, we mismanage our lives. Where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. If you do not know the purpose of money, you will waste it. If you do not understand the purpose of relationships, you will misuse them. And if you do not know the purpose of your life, you will live below your potential. Purpose gives clarity. Purpose brings direction. Purpose protects you from distractions. When you know what you were created to do, you stop wasting time on things that do not matter. Walking in purpose requires seeking God. Purpose is not self-discovered, it is God-revealed. To understand why you were created, you must go back to the one who created you. When you walk with God, He reveals your purpose step by step. This is why seeking God is not an option, it is essential. That many ask, how do I find my purpose? The answer is simple. Seek the Creator. Study His Word. Listen to His voice. Follow His instructions. Purpose is not hidden from you. It is hidden for you, waiting to be revealed at the right time. Walking in purpose is the greatest journey you will ever embark on. It is not about what you want to do. It is about what you were born to do. When you align yourself with God's plan, you will experience true fulfillment, joy, and impact. So I leave you with this question. Are you walking in your purpose, or are you just existing? The time to discover, embrace, and live out God's plan for your life is now. Your purpose is waiting for you. Walk in it. Every human being longs for a sense of meaning and fulfillment in life. People strive for success, wealth, recognition, and status, believing that these achievements will bring them happiness. However, history has shown that even the most accomplished individuals often feel empty, searching for something more significant. This is because fulfillment does not come from external accomplishments alone. It comes from living in alignment with one's divine purpose. No matter how much a person accumulates, if they are not living according to their God-given purpose, there will always be a void, a sense that something essential is missing. Purpose is the original intent for which something was created. When God created the universe, everything was designed with a function, from the smallest insect to the largest planet. The sun provides light and warmth. The trees produce oxygen, and the rivers supply water to sustain life. If nature has a purpose, how much more human beings who are created in the image of God? When a person understands their purpose, they begin to live with clarity, focus, and direction. Life no longer feels like a meaningless cycle of daily routines, but becomes a journey of fulfillment and impact. One of the greatest misconceptions people have is that success automatically leads to fulfillment. While success in various aspects of life, career, education, or business, can bring temporary satisfaction, it does not guarantee lasting fulfillment. Many individuals achieve great things in the eyes of society only to find themselves feeling lost and dissatisfied. This is because success without purpose is like climbing a ladder that is leaning against the wrong wall. A person can spend years working hard only to realize they have been pursuing the wrong goal. True fulfillment comes when success is aligned with purpose. When what you do is connected to what you were created to be. A powerful example of this truth can be seen in the lives of people who have made a lasting impact on the world. Those who change history are often not those who chase after wealth or power, but those who have discovered their purpose and dedicated their lives to it. They do not just work for a paycheck. They work for a mission. Whether it is in medicine, education, leadership, or creativity, those who operate within their purpose find deep satisfaction in their work because they know they are fulfilling their reason for existence. They wake up each day with a sense of excitement and passion, knowing they are making a difference in the world. On the other hand, those who do not understand their purpose often experience frustration and dissatisfaction. They move from one job to another, from one relationship to another, from one goal to another, always hoping that the next achievement will finally bring them peace. But without purpose, life becomes a never-ending chase for fulfillment that never truly arrives. This is why so many people feel restless, even after reaching great heights in their careers. They may have financial security, social status, and influence, but deep inside, they still feel unfulfilled. This emptiness is a sign that they have not yet discovered their true purpose. When a person finds their purpose, everything changes. Purpose brings clarity. It helps people understand what they should focus on and what they should avoid. It eliminates distractions because when you know what you were created for, you stop wasting time on things that do not contribute to your assignment. Purpose also brings passion. When you do what you were born to do, work does not feel like a burden, it becomes a joy. People who operate in their purpose have a deep sense of motivation that goes beyond financial rewards. They are driven by a desire to fulfill their calling rather than just make a living. Another critical aspect of purpose is that it gives endurance. Life is full of challenges, and those without purpose often give up when things become difficult. However, those who understand their purpose can endure hardships because they have a greater vision. They know that their struggles are part of a larger mission, and this understanding gives them the strength to persist. Purpose-driven individuals do not quit easily because they are not just working for themselves. They are fulfilling a divine assignment. Finding one's purpose is not a one-time event, but a journey. It requires seeking God, discovering one's gifts, and aligning daily decisions with the bigger picture of life. Purpose is not about personal ambition. It is about fulfilling the role for which God created you. When you walk in purpose, you not only experience personal fulfillment, but also contribute to the greater good of humanity. The world is in need of people who understand their purpose and are willing to live it out. When people operate in their God-given assignments, they bring solutions, innovation, and transformation to society. The key to a meaningful life is not just success, but purpose. Purpose gives meaning to success, turning ordinary achievements into something that matters for eternity. It is better to live a life of purpose with moderate success than to achieve great things in areas that do not align with God's plan. A person who walks in purpose will always have peace, joy, and a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that they are doing exactly what they were created to do. Before you were born, before you even took your first breath, God had already designed a specific plan for your life. Your existence is not an accident, and your purpose is not a coincidence. God, in His infinite wisdom, crafted a divine blueprint for every individual, ensuring that each person has a unique role to fulfill on earth. Just as an architect carefully designs a building before it is constructed, God designed your life with intention and precision. You are not here by chance. You are here by divine appointment. Many people go through life feeling lost, as if they have no direction or meaning. This confusion often arises because they have not yet understood that their life is part of God's preordained plan. Before your parents even thought about you, God had already determined what you would become, what gifts you would carry, and what mission you were destined to fulfill. He created you with specific abilities, talents, and passions that align perfectly with His plan. Nothing about you is random. Everything was placed within you to help you fulfill your divine assignment. When God spoke to the prophet Jeremiah, He said, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." Jeremiah 1:05. This scripture reveals a powerful truth. God does not create people and then decide what to do with them. Instead, He establishes a purpose first and then creates the person to fulfill that purpose. You were designed for a specific assignment, and everything about you, your personality, your strengths, even your challenges, was woven together to equip you for that mission. One of the greatest tragedies in life is when people live without understanding God's plan for them. When individuals do not recognize that their lives are preordained, they spend their time experimenting with different paths, hoping to find fulfillment. They chase after careers, relationships, and ambitions that may not be aligned with their true calling. But the truth remains. Fulfillment is only found when we walk in the plan that God has already prepared for us. Trying to create our own purpose apart from God's design leads to frustration, confusion, and dissatisfaction. It is important to understand that God's plan for your life is not something you create. It is something you discover. Many people believe they must figure out their purpose through trial and error, but purpose is not found in worldly exploration. It is revealed through divine relationship. The closer you walk with God, the more He unveils His plan for you. God is not hiding your purpose from you. He is waiting for you to seek Him so that He can reveal it step by step. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 3:5-6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." This means that discovering God's plan requires trust, obedience, and a willingness to follow His direction. Another important aspect of God's preordained plan is that it is unique to you. No two people have the same assignment, just as no two fingerprints are alike. God designed you to fulfill a role that no one else can fulfill in exactly the same way. This is why comparison is dangerous. When people compare their lives to others, they risk abandoning their own divine path in an attempt to follow someone else's. But God's plan for you is tailor-made. Your purpose is not found in imitating another person's journey, but in fully embracing the path God has set before you. One of the greatest sources of frustration in life is attempting to succeed outside of God's plan. When people pursue careers, relationships, or ambitions that are not part of their divine assignment, they may experience temporary success, but it will never bring true peace. Outside of God's plan, there is always a sense of struggle, resistance, and emptiness. But when you align yourself with God's purpose, there is a sense of ease, flow, and fulfillment. Even in challenges, those who walk in their divine assignment experience a deep assurance that they are exactly where they are meant to be. Understanding that God's plan is preordained also means recognizing that nothing in your life is wasted. Even the hardships, struggles, and failures you have faced are part of God's preparation process. Many times, people look at their past mistakes and believe they have disqualified themselves from God's purpose. But God is a master at using even our failures to shape us for our calling. Joseph's journey in the Bible is a perfect example. He was betrayed, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and imprisoned. Yet every experience was leading him to his ultimate purpose, to save an entire nation. What seemed like setbacks were actually setups for his divine destiny. Another critical truth is that God's timing is part of his preordained plan. Many people become impatient, feeling as though their purpose is taking too long to unfold. But God's plan is not only about what you are called to do, but also about when you are called to do it. There are seasons of preparation before purpose is fully revealed. David was anointed as king long before he actually took the throne. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before leading the Israelites out of Egypt. Jesus himself spent 30 years in preparation before beginning his 3-year ministry. If God has placed a vision or calling in your heart, trust that he will bring it to pass in the right time. One of the greatest tragedies in life is not death, but a life lived without understanding its true purpose. When people do not know why they were created, they end up wasting time, talents, and opportunities. Purpose gives direction, but ignorance of purpose leads to misdirection. Many individuals wake up every day with no real sense of why they are here, what they are meant to do, or how their lives contribute to a greater plan. This lack of understanding results in frustration, confusion, and often a sense of emptiness. No matter how busy or successful a person appears to be, if they are not operating in their true purpose, they are simply existing rather than truly living. Everything in life was created for a purpose. And when something is used outside of its intended purpose, it is either ineffective or destroyed. This principle applies to objects, systems, and most importantly, human lives. Consider a car. It is designed to transport people from one place to another. If someone does not understand its purpose and attempts to drive it into the ocean as a boat, it will sink. Likewise, if a hammer is used to cut wood instead of drive nails, it will fail. Misuse is inevitable when purpose is unknown. In the same way, when people do not understand their divine purpose, they misuse their time, energy, resources, and even their own lives. Many individuals waste years of their lives chasing after things that were never meant for them. Some pursue careers solely for financial gain, only to realize later that wealth does not bring fulfillment. Others engage in unhealthy relationships because they do not know their true worth or what kind of partnerships align with their purpose. Many struggle with feelings of dissatisfaction, not because they lack success, but because they are succeeding in areas that have nothing to do with their divine assignment. Without purpose, life becomes a series of meaningless pursuits where people invest in things that do not contribute to their destiny. One of the most common signs of a person living outside their purpose is a deep sense of frustration. When someone is not walking in their divine calling, they feel stuck, restless, or overwhelmed. No matter how much effort they put into their work or personal life, something always feels off. They may have moments of temporary excitement, but true peace and fulfillment remain elusive. This is because purpose is the foundation of contentment. When people understand why they were created and begin walking in that revelation, they experience an unshakable sense of clarity and satisfaction. Another consequence of not knowing one's purpose is the tendency to settle for mediocrity. People who do not understand their assignment often live below their potential. They accept limitations that were never meant for them and conform to a life of routine instead of impact. Without vision, people perish. Not necessarily in the physical sense, but in the sense that they fail to thrive, to grow, and to make meaningful contributions to the world. Purpose unlocks greatness, but ignorance of purpose keeps people bound to ordinary, uninspired living. It is also important to recognize that ignorance of purpose does not just affect the individual. It affects entire communities and generations. When a person fails to walk in their calling, the people who were supposed to benefit from their gifts also suffer. Imagine if a doctor refused to practice medicine, or if a teacher never stepped into a classroom. The people who needed their knowledge and expertise would be left without the help they were meant to receive. In the same way, every person carries a unique contribution to the world. And when they fail to operate in their purpose, others are impacted. Purpose is never just about the individual. It is about the lives they are meant to touch. One of the most tragic outcomes of living without purpose is the vulnerability to external influences. When people do not know why they were created, they allow others to define their worth and direction. They become easily swayed by trends, opinions, and societal expectations. They measure their success by worldly standards rather than by divine assignment. This is why so many people end up in careers they hate, relationships that drain them, or lifestyles that do not align with their values. Without purpose, people become like leaves in the wind, constantly moving but never truly grounded. The world is full of wasted potential because too many people fail to discover why they were placed on this earth. Some of the greatest talents remain buried, not because the individuals lacked ability, but because they never understood the reason for their existence. This is why discovering purpose should be a priority in every person's life. Without it, even the most gifted individuals will struggle to make a lasting impact. Talent without purpose is like a powerful engine without fuel. It has the capacity to achieve greatness, but lacks the necessary direction to get there. Many of the world's problems exist because people are operating outside their intended function. Crime, corruption, broken relationships, and many societal issues are often the result of individuals misusing their lives due to a lack of purpose. When people understand why they were created, they no longer engage in activities that diminish their potential. Instead, they focus on fulfilling their assignment and making a positive impact. Purpose gives people a reason to live beyond themselves. It shifts their perspective from mere survival to meaningful contribution. Ignorance of purpose is a costly mistake. It leads to wasted time, unfulfilled dreams, and a life that lacks true significance. People must seek to understand their divine calling so that they do not misuse their gifts and potential. When individuals walk in purpose, they live with direction, passion, and fulfillment. But when they remain ignorant of their assignment, they risk spending their lives on things that have no lasting value. Understanding purpose is not just an option. It is essential for a meaningful and impactful life. When a person walks in their God-given purpose, they do more than just achieve personal success or fulfillment. They bring glory to the one who created them. God designed every individual with a specific assignment, and when that assignment is fulfilled, it reflects His wisdom, creativity, and sovereignty. Just as a masterpiece reflects the brilliance of its artist, and an invention brings recognition to its creator, a life lived in divine purpose magnifies the glory of God. When we function as we were intended, we become living testimonies of God's perfect design, demonstrating His goodness to the world. Everything in creation was made to reveal the glory of God. The stars shine in the heavens, displaying His majesty. The oceans roar, testifying to His power. The flowers bloom in beauty, showing His craftsmanship. Human beings, as the pinnacle of God's creation, were designed to reflect His nature in an even greater way. Unlike the rest of creation, which fulfills its purpose automatically, humans have been given free will, the ability to choose whether or not they will walk in their divine calling. When a person willingly embraces their purpose and lives according to God's plan, they make a conscious decision to bring glory to Him. One of the primary ways that walking in purpose glorifies God is through excellence. When individuals operate in their God-given gifts, they produce work that reflects His greatness. A musician who composes beautiful melodies, a teacher who imparts wisdom, a scientist who discovers groundbreaking solutions. Each one, when walking in their calling, demonstrates the brilliance of God through their work. Excellence in any field is a testimony that God's wisdom is working through a person. This is why Scripture says, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." Matthew 5:16. The world takes notice when people operate in their divine purpose with excellence. And this ultimately points back to the Creator. Another way purpose brings glory to God is through service. Purpose is never about self-promotion. It is about serving others in a way that reflects God's love. Jesus Himself said, "The Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve." Matthew 20:28. Every divine calling, whether in leadership, business, ministry, or creativity, is ultimately about serving humanity. When people walk in their purpose, they meet needs, solve problems, and uplift those around them. They become vessels through which God's love, wisdom, and power flow into the world. The greatest impact in history has always come from individuals who understood that their purpose was not just for their own benefit, but for the benefit of others. Walking in purpose also glorifies God by bringing transformation. When individuals step into their calling, they become agents of change in their communities, workplaces, and nations. The world is full of challenges: poverty, injustice, brokenness, and suffering. Many of these problems persist because people who were meant to be solutions have not yet stepped into their divine roles. When a person discovers their purpose and commits to fulfilling it, they become a force for positive change. A doctor fulfilling their calling brings healing to the sick. A leader fulfilling their purpose brings justice and progress. A preacher walking in their assignment brings salvation and hope. Every person who walks in purpose contributes to the betterment of the world, which ultimately brings glory to God.